Normal people, like you, let's face it, you're not a normal person. You're a person of exceptional taste in YouTubers. Hello, my name's Richard Minkley, I am dyslexic, and being dyslexic reminds me of a sign that was held up in my drama teacher's classroom. It was the word can't, C-A-N-T, there, with a big red like hazard cross sign saying, remove this word from your vocabulary. I know it's coming from a good place, where sometimes kids say they can't do something when they can, and you just need to encourage them. I get it. But you know what? It's not what it's like. Basically, what you're doing is removing any legitimate excuse as to why they might not be able to do something. It just produces a guilt that when someone reaches their capacity, which is a completely normal human thing to do, they're not doing good enough. And if there is a problem, you should be able to address that problem through sheer force of will alone, and that is the key. And you know what? Dyslexic kids, they figure out very quickly how, well, not even very quickly sometimes, they learn to cope. They learn of ways to deal with these things, to get around them. But to suggest that, for example, a very common thing which dyslexics get when people don't know what they're talking about, they get told to work harder, when it's not the effort and motivation that they're putting into it which is the problem. It is the physical limits that their brain can deal with. Limited working memory, limited vocabulary, you know, you have all sorts of emotional problems that come from struggling at school and being different. Here's the thing, if you expect the exceptional, then you punish what is considered normal. That is a really stupid thing to do, because if people are living a normal human life, don't punish them for that. That's perfectly normal. You don't need to make anybody feel guilty about it. Point and case. When was the last time that you memorized an entire book as you read it? Answer, never. Of course people don't memorize books. There is no question. It's something that normal people can't do. With dyslexic kids, we expect them to do all sorts of things. And it's not just kids, it's adults. Telling someone that you can't do something is very important about getting the support you need and as well the respect you need. Don't tell me I can't use that word. I know there are people, I'm sorry, there's so many people that give me indigestion and I'm burping. Oh dear. I know that there are people saying, well, that's just an excuse. That you are basically being lazy maybe and not pushing yourself. It's all in your head. Well, first of all, obviously it's all in my head. Where else is it going to be? It's not in my fingers, it's about brains. Let's look at it from a different point of view. Again, about can't. Let's say you're in a work, you're in a job, you're in a work. Dyslexia. You're in a job and you're working away and your boss is like, oh, can you work late? Like, every day. We're not going to change your hours, we're not going to change your contract. I just want you to do more work. And you're like, no, otherwise I'm going to be too tired all the time and I have like a family and another life that I have to go to. And your boss says, oh, Jimmy does extra time. He does an extra 2 hours every day. Why can't you do it like Jimmy? Jimmy can do it. And you would be well within your rights to say, no, get out of my house. Why is my boss in my house? I'm imagining now the boss is standing over the person who's in bed like, it's like, why aren't you working late? It's like, I was asleep, where's my wife? It's like, don't ask questions. But yeah, there is a certain amount of self-respect required. By allowing people to use the word can't, you give them self-respect. Saying, I can't do that, and that's okay. That's a normal human thing. It's not a dyslexia thing, it's not an excuse, it's a normal thing that people do. And you know what? As a dyslexic, we don't get the support, we don't get the appropriate sort of working method laid out in front of us. We're expected to figure out our own education ourselves, then it all falls apart as if it's our fault for not trying hard enough. When what in reality you're saying is that they have to work twice as hard to get the same level of respect. And you know what? We have to forge our own identity and our own sense of self-respect outside of education or work or traditional ways of being valued. It undermines our self-respect, and that sucks.